Today we're in Havana, Cuba. So it's May 20th, 2019. We are in Havana, Cuba for the day on the bucket list excursion from the Majesty of the Seas cruise ship from Royal Caribbean. This was a couple of weeks before U.S. citizens were banned from going to Cuba on cruise ships, so we kind of snuck in under the wire. At this point, it's early afternoon. We've had lunch in the Salon Rojo. We've had our Cuban wedding, and now we are actually heading towards the cemetery to continue the history lesson. So you hear Manny over the loudspeaker here in the bus giving us some history of religion in Cuba.
Avenues, the one that we're going to be here taking now, it's 23rd Avenue, and going to the left at the end, it's where Malecon is. Malecon was a street that we use, that it has like kind of like a bench, you know, in one side it's like a sea wall. So this one is considered, or maybe known for us, as the longest bench in Cuba. It's about 8 kilometers long, for sure. In maybe films, maybe newspapers, maybe magazines, whatever everywhere you see, and they are talking about Havana. This is one of the points I'm gonna see in the video, mainly from the ocean, you know, to the city view. So we're still in the area of Venado, and from here we're gonna be moving to the area of Revolution Square municipality. How is it going?
Good. Good.
So everybody in the place, everybody was surprised because never happened to them that what we did today. For sure. I mean, somebody dancing the stage and somebody singing the stage, everybody was like, who's singing? Oh, that's good. They will remember us forever. So one of the questions to share, it's related with religion before going to the traveling. Because somebody asked me, can you travel, Manny? So, a religion. Remember that we were conquered by Catholic country, that it was Spain. So after 1902 is when Cuba was in hands of US. Remember that in 1998 US get three countries: Philippines, Puerto Rico, and Cuba. So since 1898 to 1959 we were in half of US. So we had a lot of Protestants that they came to Cuba. Also, we had a big opening for Jewish community in the island, because when the Spanish they were here, it was like completely impossible. It was prohibited for them to travel to the island. And when in 1898, Cuba was in hands of US. Look to your left, this University of Havana. All of these were gonna be like going around the university. So they were allowing, Jewish families coming to Cuba. Even in 1950, we had 15,000 Jewish in the island. After 1959, what happened? 1959 revolution from. So Cuba started having playing the beautiful game with Russia. So this is the back part of the University of Havana. So Cuba and Russia, they start, being as kind of maybe friends, best friends, something like that. And something started happening with religion in our country. So the government was trying to establish like a kind of materialism dialectic. So it means I can tell you that religion was prohibited, because maybe you can read somewhere that religion was prohibited in the country. That's not true. But the point is that it was complicated. Why? Because if you were practicing religion, so you have like maybe disadvantages or something like that. So imagine for you to get a place or work, not everywhere, but some of them. And if you were Catholic, or maybe if you were a religious practicant, you couldn't be part of this work. It's like what we said. It's not prohibited, but it's close to be prohibited. Okay? Because you're gonna be like, come on, man, you're putting me like in a balance to maybe select which one way. What you see right here, this is in front of me when I'm pretty hungry. So this is, part of the artwork that we have wherever we go in La Habana. So all of this area, it's connected to the hospital. Mainly to the left, we have also one of the areas that is connected with the University of La Habana, and it's a dentist school. So this is also connected to the hospital. So what I've been trying to tell you is that it was complicated. Religion was complicated here in Cuba, mainly between 1960 to 1990. In 1990 is when the Russian economy collapsed, Cuban economy collapsed, and I don't know if you're in agreement with me, but I think that sometimes when human beings, they start facing, like maybe so sometimes when people start facing like difficulties, in our life, sometimes we try to find like faith, something to hold, like please God help us, in this that we're struggling. And this is what happened in Cuba. People, they started going back to churches. In 1992, Frei Petro, he's a Brazilian, so he wrote a book that I suggest to you to read, that the name is Fidel and the Religion. It was maybe one of the first time when it was like maybe a little open, what Fidel thought about religion, because it was like controversial that Fidel, his family, his roots are coming from Jewish, so he was studying in the Catholic school. And after, everything was like a little complicated for people that they were practicing religion. It was like, come on, man, what's happening? What are you doing? Not everybody was in agreement, so you to understand it better. So in 1992, after his book, everything was like getting a little more open. But what exactly just opened everything, finally, we have like some changes, like maybe 2 or 3 years before that. But in 1998, we had a visit. We had a Pope who came to Cuba. His name was Jean Paul II. So Jean Paul II came to Cuba, and we're going to come this way. Don't look to your left. Okay? So Jean Paul II came to Cuba. He was the first Pope that we had in Cuba. The second one was Benedict in 2002, and the third one was the nowadays Pope, Francisco, who came to Cuba in 2014. So when in 1998 Jean Paul came, everything was like more open. Nowadays it's completely normal to be a religious practicant. We have any kind of religion, as I know. I thought that we didn't have Mormons, and somebody told me that yes, we have some. So we have Jehovah's Witnesses, we have Evangelic, we have Jewish, as I told you, we have about 1,200 Jewish in Cuba. Catholic, of course. We have also one religion that is maybe one of the most popular, that maybe you have been reading about it. The name is Santeria. Yes. If you look to your left, this is a cemetery that we're going to be visiting. And today we're going to be, normal to go inside, we need, so they have been providing us a service. And this service, a local guy who is going to be taking us around. Normally the tour, I think it's a little hot now. So I would like just to take part of the tour in the motor coach, like kind of panoramic view. And after this, we're going to take a little walk, because we have some of those monuments that I would like you to see, close. So her name is Irma, like the hurricane, remember? Yeah. But she's very good, So she's like maybe in her 50s or maybe 60. She has been working with us a long time. She's, she loves us and we love her. She's so knowledgeable. Whatever you would like to know about the cemetery, just ask her. She speaks English. Not always is hard to find somebody in Cuba who speaks English. We have been learning English from 3rd grade to the highest level of education. If a Cuban, maybe they don't speak English fluently, at least they understand what you're saying. So you can maybe using your hands like body language, so you can communicate with them. So your free time, you can go around and enjoy. Trying to have a conversation with a Cuban local. So Santeria. I'm gonna tell you some details about Santeria. Santeria is like a combination. It's the syncretism that happened between Catholicism and Yoruba religion. Okay? I'm gonna tell you more details about it. So Irma is here. By the way, guys, at the end of a tour, I mean, if you feel and if you think that maybe you would like to tip her, she will appreciate it. So tips are accepted, you know, friends. They will appreciate that for sure. So if you look the cemetery from a high, you will see that it has like a cross in the middle because it's a Catholic cemetery.